Hi, my name is Anthony Coleman, and in this demo, I'm going to show you how to take advantage of DocxPress to document your environment. As a consultant at Pragmatic Works, I've learned that it's always a nice gesture to wrap up a project with accurate, usable documentation to track the changes in an environment. DocxPress gives us the ability to do that instantly. The first thing that you have to do is open Pragmatic Work Workbench, and once you open Workbench, you can navigate to the DocxPress icon. Once you kick off DocxPress, you can view a DocxPress intro video or simply click Start. It's also worth noting that there's some other features to explore, such as lineage analysis, snapshot comparisons, and command line automation. For more information on these features, you can go to www.pragmaticworks.com and check out the products page. For now, we'll simply click Start. The first thing we need to do is add a solution. A solution is a collection of information sources. These information sources are used to provide data for documentation and analysis. So let's give our solution a name. We'll call our solution DocxPress Demo. Once we click OK, we're prompted to add a solution item. A solution is a container for solution items. You can have multiple solution items within a solution. It's analogous to projects within a solution in BIDS or SQL Server data tools. To configure the solution item, we'll give our item a name, call it SQL Server. Then we'll choose the type of item that we would like to add. In the drop-down, you see that we can document many different sources. We have Hive, Informatica, SQL Server, Analysis Services, but for our case, we're going to go ahead and document SQL Server. The next step is to configure the items in the source options. We're going to select our server name, and for our demo, it's going to be localhost. We also have the option to choose integrated security or SQL Server security. We're going to keep the default of integrated security. A couple of other things worth noting is that we can now use Azure as a source. And then we also have this filter button down here where we can edit filters. With this option, we can prevent the snapshot from documenting certain types of objects. For instance, if we didn't want to see login information, we would simply log in or scroll down to login and then unselect this box. Once you click Next, we can drill down even further, and then we can continue to select other items that we want to include or exclude. For now, we'll click OK. Once we have everything configured, we'll click OK again. Here we have a list of the items in our solution that we named DocxPress Demo. We can add new items or delete existing items. For our demo, we'll add one more solution item, our SSAS server. To do this, we'll click Add. We'll give our item a name, SSAS server. We'll go to Source Type, and then we'll navigate to SSAS server. Next, we'll go to Server Name, type in localhost, and click OK. Notice we still have the Edit Filter option below. Once this is done, you can see that we have two solution items in our solution. We'll go ahead and we'll click OK. And then DocxPress prompts us to generate a snapshot. As we're going to say, yes, we would like to start the snapshot now. Once this is complete, you can see that we have two panes. In the Items pane, we have the solution items in our solution, which are the sources of data that we can document. You can drill down even further to see which objects are available. In the Layout pane, we have the items that we're actually going to include in our documentation. You can add or delete items from either the Item pane or the Layout pane by clicking on the Add or Delete buttons on the right-hand side. For our demo, I deleted the SSAS server item out of the layout pane to show you how easy it is to bring that item back into our documentation. To do this, you simply click on SSAS server and drag it down to the layout pane. Now, SSAS server will be included in our documentation. The next step is to select Generate Documentation. This is the final step for generating our documentation. We can choose a generation point, which is the snapshot date that we want our documentation to be based on. We can also choose the output type. DocxPress now supports two types of documentation, SQL Developer and Business Analyst. SQL Developer contains more detailed information, which is more suitable for what a developer might like to see. For example, we have column details and index details. The Business Analyst output, however, is at a higher grain. We would include the table details, but we would not include the column or index details. For our demo, we're going to select SQL Developer. The next step is to give your document a title and then choose the output folder. Finally, select the format for our documentation. We have quite a few options here, including Word, rich text feed, HTML, HTML frame set, as well as compiled help, which is new to DocxPress. Keep in mind, if you're going to use Word, that it's not suitable for very large documents, which are 5,000 or more pages. For example, we're going to use compiled help, which is also called chum file, and we're going to click OK. Finally, you'll see we have created our documentation in CHM format. You'll see that we can drill down into our solution items and see databases, jobs, as well as security, and tables, views, stored procedures, and other SQL Server related items. You'll also see that we can drill down into our SSAS server solution item, and we can see our data sources, our data source views, our cubes, as well as our dimensions. I hope you enjoyed this demo. For more information on DocxPress and its amazing features, please go to www.pragmaticworks.com.